Hey Frugivore, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. I'm Freelee, I'm a fruit-based nutritionist, and I'm here to help you stop binging and lose weight permanently for life, no calorie restriction. So if that sounds good to you, I do offer one-on-one coaching and also customized fruit-based meal plans. There's a link in the description below, check it out. I also have best-selling ebooks, which I'm sure you are going to love, with over 100 recipes. So let's get into it. Today we are going to react, because a lot of you are very interested in this show, SuperSize vs SuperSkinny, so we're going to react to that now. I'm actually right into this show. I used to watch it a lot. It's been years, so I don't know if I can even remember these episodes. But anyway, let's get into it, shall we? I want to see what Dr. Jessup, is that what his name is? I can't remember. Anyway, let's see what he says to say about this individual. I have cut through a lot of it to like the 20-minute mark, because it's, you know, them posing in their underwear and stuff like that, and that's not really good on YouTube. So we will, yeah, go to the family-friendly bit.
I want to talk to you a little bit about your food. You are very, 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 very tame when it comes to trying new foods, aren't you?
Yes.
You eat like a mouse.
Okay. I was just thinking, he's like, you're very, 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 very tame when it comes to trying new foods. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because there's a whole lot of non-foods, right, in the supermarkets. And then he says you eat like a mouse. How about if he said, like, oh, you eat like a pig or something like that to the overweight people? You know what I'm saying? Like that comparison. It's okay because she's skinny, right? Huh?
So I didn't think my quantities were that bad either. I thought it was quite a normal average size portion.
If you get sick, which actually is not an unreal possibility, looking at your nutritional intake, who's going to look after your kids then?
That's me.
And who's going to be happy about, you know, not being able to look after your kids? You're not, are you?
No. Yeah, I didn't think my diet was that bad. I just thought it was normal, it was average. So
I'm not sure of what her diet is at this point, obviously, but we'll find out when they go into the feeding clinic, when they're in there together and they're eating their food.
I'm really shocked.
Whilst finicky Katie needs to take more time to eat, LJ has no such problem. He weighs over 3 times as much as Katie. At 24 stone 4 pounds, he's 12 stone 7 pounds overweight.
I am not sure exactly what that is in kilograms. I could look it up, but yeah, it's heavy, obviously, because we can see how he looks.
Putting him at an increased risk of stroke, heart disease and diabetes.
Your current calorie intake is pretty much enough for 2 grown men. You're eating for 2.
Wow.
The rate you're currently eating, you will continue to put on weight, all right?
See, this is a problem with doctors like this one, where they just focus, dietitians, they just focus on calories. You're eating too much. You're eating too many calories. Instead of focusing on where the calories are coming from, whether they're high fat, which of course they are, so you can't eat as much. Rather than saying you're eating too much, you're eating the wrong foods. That's how it should be presented to these people, because it doesn't have to be deprivation. They just change. They change the rice, the pasta, the potatoes, yes, pasta too, and fruit. Okay, these should be the staples. Pasta, obviously, it's not as good, it's more processed, but not because it's higher in fat. Let's get that straight. So yeah, the focus on calories is wrong.
Pretty much enough for 2 grown men. You're eating for 2.
Wow.
The rate you're currently eating, you will continue to put on weight, all right?
Okay, so now here we are, where they're going to swap their eating and they're going to chat about and stuff like that. I used to find this really fascinating. They've got the scales in the background there, just looming over the table, right? Got the scales there. Watch out, you might have to get on them at any moment.
Cup of tea. LJ's breakfast is mammoth, with 2 eggs, 4 slices of bacon, 2 sausages.
Oh, it's not that it's mammoth, it's just that it's greasy as fuck, right? Talk about greasy, you can just see it. Those baked beans though, why? Why would you go to baked beans? I think it seems to be a bit of an English thing, the beans. I remember Mum, I think she tried to serve me that once growing up, once maybe, and I was like, no, I'm not having that. But yeah, look at this greasy stuff.
3 hash browns, beans, fried mushrooms, tomato sauce, 2 slices of toast, 2 slices.
Look, he can have the tomato sauce. I mean, like they kind of, tomato sauce gets lumped in there like it's a bad thing. Sure, it can be high in sodium, but tomato sauce is really not a big problem. Mushrooms, okay. Beans, obviously, I mean, these are not high fat. This is not like a big problem. This is the problem. The pig flesh and, you know, other pig meat, flesh, The hash browns, see, they've ruined the potatoes. The potatoes have been totally abused here with oil. And obviously the eggs full of cholesterol, high fat, not great.
3 hash browns, beans, fried mushrooms, tomato sauce, 2 slices of toast, 2 slices of bread and butter.
Okay, so we've got the bread here, and bread is not an issue for fat gain, okay? Yeah, maybe some weight gain as far as sodium goes. If you eat a lot of salt, you can actually build the amount of sodium you have in your body a lot. Sorry, of water, that your body tries to dilute that sodium, because we're really not meant to be having that fragmented salt. So, but the biggest problem here is the butter, right? These individuals are loading on the butter. Don't do it. It's a big mistake. It adds fat effortlessly to your body. So the white bread, obviously not ideal. It's not very high in fiber or anything like that. It's not the best choice. Have sourdough or something like that if you're going to have bread, really.
A pint of squash and a cup of tea.
That's another thing. The squash is not going to make you fat. Okay, you can have all the soda in the world. It's not going to make you fat.
Right. That's mental.
Oh, bless you.
Fantastic.
Oh, it's like a lot bigger than what I do.
So do you think you would eat more?
I mean, I can easily eat that. No problem at all. I'm a volume eater, all right? And that's why I have a big fruit smoothie of 10 bananas waking up, because I can fit a lot in this stomach. And I've had a past of binge eating and definitely on the way to obesity. So I understand the mentality, the feeling that these people want to eat large. We are meant to eat large. We are. But it's meant to be high fiber foods, right? Which automatically are low in fat. So yeah, she's going to struggle here. I didn't see what hers was.
Or if someone else cooked it for you?
Definitely, it's all convenience. It's having the time and the energy to actually do it all, because my energy levels are so low, running after the kids all day.
Do you know, eating something like that would give you the energy you need to kind of...
Sorry, I need to go back to see what she actually had, right? Did we not focus on that at all? I'm so confused. Hang on.
Weighs 2 slices of toast and a cup of tea.
Okay, she has 2 slices of toast and a cup of tea. Basically high carbohydrate, right? Not enough calories, yes, but high carbohydrate. All right.
After the kids all day.
Do you know, eating something like that would give you the energy you need to kind of get your day going. Katie is kind of...
But like seriously, eat it. Yes, it will give her energy, that's correct, but it will give her a lot of fat. It will weigh her down a lot. She doesn't need to ingest all that fat, saturated animal fat, the cholesterol, too much protein. She doesn't need to have this.
Of hiding behind the fact that she has children and, you know, she's busy and stuff, which, yeah, that's fine, totally get that. I kind of think that's a bit too much of an excuse.
Even though she
Bro, I don't know how much you can be talking about this, but anyway.
is faced with a huge plate of food, Katie gamely tries to work her way through LJ's massive breakfast.
Don't do it, girl, don't do it. Don't do that to your arteries. This is like, obviously she doesn't have any ethical, qualms or anything like that, but she should also, these people need to educate themselves, right, on how this is going to feel, and the results of eating this which is not good.
And doesn't do too badly at all.
This is small. This is like a children's portion.
Yeah, well, hopefully she actually says something to him, like, why do you eat like this? Because he was like berating her and she's like taking it, and he's just, nothing has been said about his horrible breakfast.
At first it was like, oh my God, wow. And now it's like, oh, I'm never going to get to the end of it.
I don't want this to sound mean, but I'm starting to get annoyed that you're leaving bread and you're leaving tomato sauce.
Kind of got to open your eyes a bit. This is big. I've not done that bad.
That guy is just like hungry as, right? He's used to having a lot more calories, but not a lot more volume, right? There isn't actually a lot of volume in his meal. It's just a lot of calories, like a lot of fat calories. And as I always say, you got to remember that it's 9 calories per gram of fat versus carbohydrates 4. Less than half. Think about that. It's important to get that.
Though.
Yeah, that's pretty pathetic, to be quite honest. So.
This guy is really he is judging her quite harshly. How about the gut ache she's going to have after eating all that oil and grease and animal meat, bro. Like, do you think she's going to be feeling good after that? He's quite a lot of attitude there.
Sizer has a supersized takeaway habit. Dr. Christian has arranged a cooking lesson with a twist to show
Why did I think he was Christian? Jessup. Maybe that's his first name.
LJ just how unhealthy his Chinese meals are.
LJ, welcome to my all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet.
My God.
Not just all you can eat, but all you do eat.
All that rice is fantastic.
Because this is what you get through in just a week.
Shut up. Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
Wow.
Put it in. Whoa.
In just
Huge waste of food right here. Hopefully someone's eating this, huh?
1 week, LJ will eat 12 takeaways. That's 9 cartons of rice, 10 portions of chicken.
There's no problem with the rice. Let's not,
Have plenty of sauces on there.
And 4 bags of prawn crackers.
This is only Chinese takeaway. You have an awful lot of other foods on top of this as well.
Okay, so yeah, you can see what's going on there. A lot of fat.
Wait, you have an awful lot of other foods on top of...
Again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but there's a lot of fat there. There is. The prawn crackers themselves, just fried, deep fried in fat. So you're going to have a big issue. The rice, the carbohydrates, guilty by association, right? People is, oh, the rice, the carbs. It's like Asians have been feasting on rice for thousands of years, maybe 10,000 or more years. They haven't had an obesity issue ever, okay, in those times. So let's just keep that in mind, shall we?
This as well.
Yeah, that's pretty sickening.
What's most concerning for me is that you have no idea of what's in it. But don't worry, because today is your lucky day, because I've worked that out for you.
Great.
Within 1 year, LJ will consume over 27 litres of oil from
27 litres of oil.
his Chinese meals alone.
That's shocking. That really is shocking.
Even the smell of it is kind of making me feel a bit queasy, to be honest.
His takeaway addiction means he eats over 5.
I'm like, sorry, I have to keep stopping it, but seriously, so the oil factor, he's having that much fat. You have to realize oil is 100% fat. It's effortlessly transferred to your fat storage. Whoa, 27 litres is going to convert to a lot of body fat. You got to remember that when you go to takeout and stuff, order low to no oil if you can. Get them to cook it in coconut milk
0.7 kilograms
or veggie stock.
of salt a year, nearly 2.5.
Okay, so again, 5.7 kilos of salt. This is a huge amount of water weight that's going to be held on the body. Huge.
times the recommended amount.
I have loads of salt on my normal food at home anyway, and yeah, I should stop it altogether, clearly.
Dr. Christian wants to
They're really bad for his potassium levels, for his electrolyte levels. That's something else to consider. When you're having a lot of that sodium, it's really playing with your electrolytes. You're not meant to be ingesting that amount of that mineral.
show LJ the damage too much salt can cause.
What have we got here?
A brain?
This is the brain of someone who has died because of a brain injury.
Okay.
It's what we call a cerebrovascular accident or a stroke. Can you see this part here? This is an area of brain that has died because of a blood clot.
My granddad has had strokes and he just had one recently. So
Wow. So you can, like, seriously, that looks really disturbing, right? Part of the brain literally dying. Is it worth it?
sorry, I'm getting upset because that's like...
High salt diet is a risk factor for developing high blood pressure. And one of the consequences of having high blood pressure is stroke. There is
I hope you talk about the high, like eating the meat as well, the saturated animal fat and the cholesterol, Dr. Christian, not just on the salt, because what comes with the salt, people aren't just eating salt like that, they're putting it on stuff, you know, and a lot of the time it's animal bits and pieces.
a family history of this already. So I want you to be very, very, very aware that this is a real risk for you. So all I'm asking you to do actually is to make the right choices.
I've never ever linked my eating to having a stroke, never in a million years. And to know that what I'm doing currently can have such a drastic result as having a takeaway, it's
Just shocking that people don't educate themselves. It's like, I had no idea that my diet, how I'm eating, will affect my brain or affect my health. It's just not okay, all right? Get it together. You're going to be taken out, you know, with disease if you don't educate yourself and realize that your life is at risk. Like, I'm glad he's having an awakening.
Yeah, it's upsetting. It's upsetting.
In the feeding clinic, it's time for lunch. Fussy Katie gave LJ's monster breakfast a good go, and it's time for round 2. Curry sauce, rice, chips, and prawn crackers.
Can't believe how much you're eating. Oh my God, it's gonna get covered in grease.
This could be done so easily low fat. The chips can be baked, the rice, fantastic. A curry, yes, you can have curry on a fruit-based diet, all right? But lunch, I would be having fruit at this point. But for these individuals like himself, yeah, this could be recreated low fat.
I hate curry sauce.
Does it smell?
No way. Oh my God, this is like the worst meal you could ever give me.
I really don't think it's like bad looking. I mean, especially because you can recreate this to be low fat. Like, bake these and they taste really good, right? Anyone who's made them, let me know in the comments. They taste great, right? Just bake them. Bake them, and yeah, you can have like coconut milk curry. You don't have to have like a heap of it. Just focus more on the carbs, more on the rice, but you can definitely have the sauce as well. It's just the fat comes in here a lot, right? There's butter probably in the curry and things that you just shift up.
The worst meal you could ever give me.
And LJ served with another tiny bread-based meal. This time it's a toastie.
Okay, it's a toastie. I don't know what's on the toastie.
So what's in this?
Ham and cheese.
Just ham and cheese.
Yeah.
Nothing else, no tomato.
I'll happily swap back with you.
Yuck. Yeah, I'm not too keen on that, huh? Ham and cheese. So that's very fatty, but it's a small portion, all right, because she's calorie restricting big time. I don't know, like they haven't really shown any coffee or anything, have they? I'm sure she's having coffee. But yeah, just the bread and tomato. I mean, like he asked for tomato and I agree.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be sick. You'll have to excuse me.
I mean, like, what's she having trouble with here?
Those blogs.
Try not to, I'd say try not to think about the taste, but obviously it's in your gob, so you've got no choice really, have you?
Not really.
I guess it's the curry that she hates.
It's disgusting.
Weighing in at 6 stone 12 pounds, busy mum Katie needs to take time out to look after herself. But she
6 stone. Oh wow, so 7 stone is even like 44 kilos, so she's definitely underweight. But I'm struggling to understand why she hates this so much.
she's not finding it easy.
I kind of feel a bit selfish. It's like, it's bad that I'm kind of doing something that's just for me.
You're just doing something quite naturally for yourself, and by doing that for yourself, you're being a better mum. I want you to make me a promise that you're not going to say that sentence.
He is like coaching her, right? He's coaching her because she seems to lack a lot of confidence in herself, and yeah, she obviously needs to eat more and better, just better food as well.
It's for my babies. It's for you.
It's still going to be about my kids.
No.
It's always about
We stop it here now. Right, so let's make a promise, yeah?
Okay.
You look, put foot down, we'll shake on it. Just you.
Just for me.
Just you, yeah?
Life-changing for me.
If only Katie's newfound determination extended to lunch as well.
I'm sorry, LJ, but you're going to shout me because compared to breakfast, I've done a pitiful attempt.
Well.
I tried the curry. At least for me.
Just you, yeah?
For me.
If only Katie's newfound determination extended to lunch as well.
I'm sorry, LJ.
She didn't eat anything. I mean, like she just had plain rice that she could have eaten there. She had plain chips, which I think almost all the population enjoys, even though they're oily and fatty. There's something definitely deeper going on here. I think she is deliberately calorie restricting because this is unusual to not like these options at all.
But you're going to shout me because compared to breakfast, I've done a pitiful attempt.
Well.
I tried the curry. At least I tried it, but yeah, I'm not a fan.
I kind of feel she let
Didn't have to have the curry. She could have just eaten the chips and the rice.
herself down by not really getting into it.
Katie is not trying hard enough. She must push herself to try new foods and new flavours. She has to get over her fear of the unknown if she's ever going to succeed.
Fear of the unknown.
Next up is dinner, and while 24-stone takeaway binger LJ seems happy with a child-sized portion of lasagna,
Oh, I can feel my tummy go,
Bro, remember you were just crying before? Like literally like making the connection between that fatty food, it seemed to be, that the junk that he's eating, and the brain issue, you know, potential. Anyway, so yeah, he's still enjoying the taste, obviously.
picky Katie is not thrilled with her plate
What? Hang on, is this dinner or is this a snack? He's eating a block of chocolate for dinner, right?
of chocolate.
I'm dreading tomorrow. I'm praying no more curry, no more spices, and no more chocolate.
Something's going on here that she's pretending she doesn't like chocolate. I honestly, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Coming from an eating myself and anorexia, bulimia, look, a bunch of issues, and also working with individuals with these issues, there's a lot of pretending going on. There's a lot of pretending going on. There's a lot of delusion. There's a lot of, it's hard to explain, okay? Because they're obviously not eating enough, so the brain is not functioning to its best capacity, and they're also not facing reality, and they, in the back of their mind, they want to stay skinny, okay? So we've got to keep that in mind. So we only got a flash. I wish they would just show the food a little bit more, right? So we can see. Okay, he had a fatty looking lasagna, that's what I know.
These chickens.
Katie is left to eat. But today isn't over yet. LJ eats takeaway whenever he likes, sometimes through the night. So Katie is left to eat yet another takeaway feast of chicken balls, chili chicken, egg fried rice, and a pint of cola.
So in the middle of the night, yeah, so this is where Uber Eats and all of that sort of thing has really ruined the world, where you can just kind of order whatever you want in the middle of the night, right? So she's asleep.
LJ, you ain't serious.
Oh, but he is.
These chickens are actually quite nice.
Okay, good.
Tastes better during the day.
Okay, so she's liking eating a little chicken, it seems. Don't worry about the rice there, though.
I can't believe LJ gave me a takeaway in the middle of the night. I love my sleep far too much.
He didn't have enough food. You can see he just had a chocolate bar for the last meal. That obviously wasn't enough for him. There's like no fibre. How's that going to fill out his stomach? This is very important. You must fill your stomach every time you eat, when you have a meal, in order to be satiated, because you get that signal from your stomach to your brain to stop eating. If you don't have the fibre, you don't have the water content, and you have a lot of fat, you can fit a lot in that belly and a lot of calories, and you can definitely expand very easily.
It's day 2 in the feeding clinic and time for breakfast. While Katie sits down to a panini with cheese and ham and a pint of cola.
A panini with cheese and ham and a pint of cola. Okay, so let's be sure on the cola, it doesn't make you fat. Sugar does not make you fat. It is easily utilized by the body and put into the cell as energy. The body doesn't want to store it as fat because it's so vital to the body to run all the millions and millions of cells in the body. Okay, so sugar is great. Coke, obviously not great because it has more like carbonic acid, things like that, and other additives that you don't want, but it's not making anyone fat. The panini, yeah.
LJ yet again faces 2 slices of toast.
Hang on, so fast. 2 slices.
Is 2 slices of toast.
So yeah, it's sad. It is a sad way to, it's very beige, very bunker, yes, I think we agree. Just butter, a whole lot of butter, which just a fat on there, and ultra processed bread, salty bread, very drying for the skin as well. This is very desert, crusty, dry food.
And a cup of tea.
This is boring. This is, I don't do boring food.
I have to agree, it is very boring, but so is a panini, right?
Well, look, I'll tell you what, if I get a cheese toastie for lunch,
I mean, a panini is just like another beige fatty bunker thing.
I'm going to be livid with you, absolutely furious.
About as angry as I'm going to get if I get curry sauce again.
Oh dear.
I'll be back, I've got more for
Looks like another curry, right?
you.
It's lunchtime, but it feels like Groundhog Day.
No. This is gross.
Yep, it's more curry sauce with
Okay, so curry sauce with, look how much rice. This is great.
boiled rice, fried chicken balls, barbecue sauce, prawn.
Fried chicken balls. This is the portion that is making him big, making him lay down the fat tissue. This bit here, the deep fried, the oil, the animal fat. You must get this if you have a problem with your weight, okay? Yeah, even as plant-based, you can have an issue with weight for sure, but it's still to do with the fat. It's still to do with this excess fat and these high protein diets, but look at all that rice. That is great. This part, pure energy.
Crackers, a liberal sprinkling of salt, and a pint of flavoured water.
Oh, it's so not even funny.
LJ isn't best pleased with his meal either.
Another toastie, but this time it didn't have no cheese in it. It was just ham.
Just ham and white bread. Yeah, it is a boring, yucky, calorie restrictive diet that she's on, and yeah, it's obviously, who wants to eat like that?
You need to try it. This is about progressing, at least trying it.
I want to cry. It tastes it's horrible.
Well, this isn't very...
There's something definitely she's not being upfront with us. Trying to say that what, rice tastes horrible? Yeah, I don't know.
satisfying either, to be quite honest.
You're literally eating it last night with his dinner in the middle of the night, so...
You know...
Oh, I can't eat anymore, I'm really sick. That is seriously gross.
Really?
I'm sorry. No,
He wants to kill her now.
you can keep that. I'll starve.
Okay.
He's like, just give it to me, I want to eat it now.
Do you give up before you even started eating it? You give up?
Basically.
She's not trying, definitely. I mean, I'm vegan, okay, so I'm not going to eat these like deep fried chicken balls, whatever they are, obviously. But she could eat rice. She could eat the rice. And okay, she doesn't like curry, which is interesting, but she can still put some salt on the rice and start eating that and trying, you know, at least for the show.
Suddenly, it's all too much.
That's it, lunch
Go on,
over.
take 5 minutes, go upstairs and take 5 minutes.
She's definitely not getting enough glucose to the brain, okay, not enough vitamins either. Where are the vitamins in this diet? She's got a very low, like, living value when it comes to her diet.
That's not even trying. That's not even trying. Not even trying.
I'm really annoyed. Annoyed with this, I don't know, just annoyed with the way it all went.
To me, she does look deficient as well. Like, she needs to definitely get in some sun too. Get some sun, get some vitamins, some living food in there. She's looking beige, like the diet.
Just kind of annoyed with, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have handled it quite as stroppy as I did. I think we need a cuddle and...
Hello.
Hey, honey. I'm sorry.
You're fine, honestly.
They're having a big deep hug there, and they've only known a couple of days.
24 stone overeater LJ seems to have turned a corner in his attitude towards food. He's happy with his
Okay.
smaller portion of sausage.
Sausage, this looks like a fatty, terrible dish. And I mean, like, she's like, I don't like curry. Look at this. This is what you would usually eat. I'm confused. And buttered potato, maybe?
Casserole and mash. But will undereater Katie give her takeaway meal of special fried rice?
Oh, wow. You can get takeaway. I promise you. I eat takeaway. I don't do it all the time, obviously. It's not my everyday thing. I don't do the Uber Eats and stuff like that, but you can still eat takeaway healthfully. Get rid of these meaty kebabby things, and you can see the shine on it, the gloss, the oil, a lot of grease. Grease, grease, grease. Reduce the grease, and you won't take it onto your body as well, right? This is just effortlessly transferring to body fat. The carbohydrates are being drowned, absolutely drowned in fat, in fatty acids.
Chicken skewers, barbecue sauce and cereal bar a try.
This makes me really excited. That sounds so sad. Finally, food.
Are we going to try this sauce then?
These people, gosh, you know what they need now? They need a big bowl of rice or pasta or baked potatoes. You can put sweet chili sauce over it, have some avocado guacamole, have some salad. You know, you can have like a cashew-based creamy sauce. There's so much you can have. And I have all these recipes, over 120 or something recipes in my ebooks, which are going to change your life. Check it out. There's a link in the description below. And I just made a new ebook with my best recipes ever, binge-free me. But you can get all my books for a discounted rate and just eat like a queen, a king and a queen, and never calorie restrict.
Let's have a go. Come on, let's see it.
Okay.
Amazingly, Katie digs deep and really gives her final takeaway a good go.
I find it strange that she has a problem with like sauces or something, but that casserole thing is like loaded with sauce.
It's not great, but it's not spicy, which is a bonus. I wouldn't have normally tried the spicy bit, but you know, I've had a go and I've tried it.
And LJ has surprised himself too.
This is it. This last food bar. Do you know what? I actually feel relatively full.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I'm pleased I've got to this stage. So, you know, I'm pleased I'm feeling fuller and I actually feel better about myself, so.
Yeah, but bro, like, I know, like, he wants this to be the truth, that all he has to do is restrict what he eats, not change what he eats, like change the source of what he eats. But I'm sorry, but that's not how it works. You need to actually get rid of stuff. You have to get rid of the fleshy, fatty foods, dairy. These things are just effortlessly transferred to body fat. So just get rid of them and just load up on the carbohydrates. It's such a beautiful thing. Yes, you can have pasta too. Pizza, yep.
That's good. Right, I think I've eaten everything that's not spicy.
Okay.
Main thing is though, is you tried it. So well done on trying it. You gave it a go and you didn't whinge about it.
So LJ is feeling full and Katie has tried everything put in front of her. Not bad for a child-sized portion picker.
That's to our diet swap in the house.
Absolutely.
It's time for our duo to check out of the feeding clinic. But before they go, Dr. Christian wants to give them their eating plans.
This is what I am concerned about, Dr. Christian's eating plan, because you know what it is. It's just like Abby, not so sharp, kind of prescription. Just eat less. You need to eat less. Hopefully he talks about fat.
So gang, we've come to the end of the diet swap and it is now time to send you off on your ways. LJ, I have your personalised diet plan there and one for you, Katie. And a final bit of advice for you really would be that small changes add up over time to make a big difference. Don't try too much too quickly because that's when you start to stumble and fall, all right? It is.
That's good advice, very vague, but it's good advice. I recommend he has a big ass smoothie. You know what I say, there's no reason why anyone who's obese, morbidly obese, any situation can't have a big smoothie of like 10 bananas, dates, berries. It can taste amazing, okay? And it's very filling. It's really good for bowel movements too, which a lot of individuals have issues with. So yeah, that's how I would start him slowly, is to just change your breakfast from the beginning.
Easier than you think, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. You know, I kind of feel like I've accomplished something. I've broken a habit. Takeaways is going to be the thing of the past as of today. Big no-no from now on.
Yeah, he's right. Takeaways are a big no-no, and I'm sure Dr. Christian said that in the meal plan. It's just very easy to get a whole lot of fat. I know I talk about fat a lot, but this is fat, you know. Like I've said before, you know, people don't comment on people who are fat and say, oh, look how carb she is, look how carb he is. It's like, look how fat she is, or he is. That's what people say, because fat is the macro that makes people fat, not carbohydrates.
And I'm really looking forward to kind of starting a new future.
Looking forward to getting home. It's good to now finally feel like I can be me, not me as just mum basically. So yeah, kind of looking forward to going back, trying all the new foods and getting a happier, healthier me.
Okay, I think she has a few skin issues, and that can be from like a lack of vitamin C in the diet, a lack of like actual healthy, you know, living food. Okay, so these people are going off, and now they're coming back.
So tell me, how have things been?
Well, it's, you know, you'll be really pleased to hear that I've not actually touched a single Chinese takeaway since I've left the house. Just seeing what goes into it completely put me off.
That's good. That is good. I mean, Chinese takeaway doesn't have to be, like, you can never have it, all right? Like I said, you can't keep it low fat.
It's not worth it. It's just simply not worth it.
So you haven't had one?
You don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater, you know what I mean?
Not a single one.
Now, I think one of the problems was that you were working as a Chinese takeaway delivery driver. Does that mean you've changed your job?
I still do deliveries, but I don't do takeaway deliveries anymore. I do delivery for parcels throughout the day, so...
He does look quite similar.
Hey.
God, how amazing do you look?
Cute. Oh, you. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Oh my God. You look stunning.
Cute.
But has she actually gained weight, or is she just wearing a fancy dress?
Absolutely stunning. How healthy do you look? My breath has been taken away.
Look at you as well.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I can see.
Look, I don't want it to be a fast thing that people lose weight fast, but I feel like he hasn't really done a lot, and it's to do with just the fact that he hasn't been given a good plan. He's been given a calorie restrictive plan. I'm sure his calorie intake in Dr. Christian's plan would have been probably like 2,500 maximum for him, and he wouldn't have been able to stick to it, so 7 kilos isn't much, but it shouldn't be focused on. The weight really shouldn't be focused on. It should be like, is he getting healthier, right? Is he getting healthier? And we don't know what he's eating now, so, but they're making it all about the weight because that's the show. Okay, so I'm not going to focus on the weight loss part of it because it shouldn't be about weight loss, right? It should be about getting healthier, getting stable on a healthy eating plan, and then the weight just comes off gradually as a result. This show makes it all about the weight loss and nothing else. Like, we don't even know what he's eating. He might have been taking drugs to lose weight or whatever. You know, we don't know. So I'm not going to focus on the weight loss or the weight gain or anything like that. Yeah, it's just, my message is you need to get stable in a healthy eating plan. You need to eat more fiber, carbohydrates, less fat. It makes all the difference, okay? And then these individuals don't have to feel deprived. So anyway, that's my reaction for today. Let me know in the comments below what you think and what you request as another reaction. And I'll talk to you soon. All right, don't forget to go fruit yourself.